Okay, let's dive in. Welcome to the deep dive.
Yeah.
This is where we take a whole load of information and try to make sense of it, find the interesting bits, maybe even have a little fun along the way.
That's the plan.
Our aim is always to turn that raw knowledge into something genuinely insightful. And today, we are taking a deep dive into the life and work of, well, a truly remarkable figure. Acharya Hajari Prasad Dwivedi. He wasn't just one thing, was he? Not just a scholar or just a writer or an institution builder. He was kind of all of those things.
Right. And a visionary, really. Someone who managed to connect tradition and modernity in a way that feels, even now, quite special.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So we'll start right at the beginning, his roots, and trace how his influence grew.
And the material we're working from, it gives us a really thorough picture of his life, his contributions. But like you said, we're not just listing facts.
Right.
We want to get to the so what. You know, why does he still matter? Why does his work still resonate? That's the core question, I think.
Okay, so let's start with the basics. The very beginning. Acharya Hajari Prasad Dwivedi, born August 19th, 1907, in a village called Dubeka that's in the Bolia district. His parents, Anmol Dwivedi and Jo Kishmani. Seems straightforward, but there's more to the family story, isn't there?
Oh, definitely. The family background is, well, pretty significant. They were known for Jyotish Vidya.
Astrology.
Exactly, the traditional Indian science of astrology. And his father, Anmol Dwivedi, was himself a great Sanskrit scholar.
Oh, okay.
So you see, there's a strong intellectual current right from the start. His actual childhood name was Vaidyanath Dwivedi. And that early education in Sanskrit and astrology, it wasn't just schoolwork. It was like an inheritance.
Passed down.
Passed down, exactly. A family tradition he was immersed in from a very young age.
Quite a foundation to build on. So that was the inherited wisdom. What about his more formal schooling?
Well, he started locally, passed middle school in 1920, first class actually, from his village school. Then he went deeper into Sanskrit at the Prashad Brahmacharya ashram, which was near his village.
Right.
But then came a bigger step. He moved to Kashi Varanasi in 1923, a major center of learning, of course.
Huge.
And he finished high school there from Kashi Hindu University in 1927. That was also the year he married Bhagwati Devi. So a big year for him.
Kashi Hindu University. That suggests his academic path was really taking off? Did he continue to excel there?
Oh, absolutely. His academic record is, well, impressive.
Yeah.
In 1929, he passed intermediate and also got his Shastri in Sanskrit literature.
Which is like a degree, a serious study.
A deep dive into the classics, yes. And then just the next year, 1930, he earned the title Jyotishacharya, basically a master's in astrology.
Wow.
And the really telling detail, he got first class in both the Shastri and the Acharya exams. That takes serious dedication and ability.
No doubt. So academically brilliant. But what about him as a person? Do we get a sense of his personality from the sources? Was he, purely academic?
It seems not. The sources describe him as having a really influential personality, but also being simple and generous.
Interesting combination.
Isn't it? And maybe that openness, that generosity, explains how he could learn so much from people like Rabindranath Tagore later on.
Yeah.
He wasn't just absorbing facts, he was connecting.
Makes sense. It allowed him to make complex ideas feel more human, perhaps.
I think so. And that leads us to a really pivotal moment. In 1930, the same year he got his Acharya title, he joins Vishwaharati University.
In Shantiniketan.
Yeah.
Tagore's university.
Exactly.
That must have been a game changer for him. What did he do there? What was that period like?
It was transformative. He taught Sanskrit and Hindi, yes, but he was also deeply involved in research, and his own creative writing really started to blossom there. And crucially, he came under the influence of Gurudev, Rabindranath Tagore himself, and also Acharya Kshiti Mohan Sen. They really guided his literary studies.
Some powerful mentors.
Very powerful. And he stayed there for 2 decades, 20 years.
Wow, that's a long time.
It really is. And he wasn't just learning, he contributed significantly. He helped establish the Hindi Bhavan there and was its head for many years. Really cemented Hindi's place at Shantiniketan.
20 years at Shantiniketan.
Yeah.
Deeply shaped by it, surely.
Yeah.
But eventually he moved on. Where did he go next?
He returned to Kashi Hindu University in July 1950. But this time, not as a student.
No, this time he was in charge.
Exactly. Professor and head of the Hindi department. And this period, after Shantiniketan, is when his national profile really starts to rise.
The recognition starts coming in.
Yes. Even before returning to Kashi, he got an honorary D.Lit from Lucknow University in 1949.
Okay.
Then, a really big one, In 1955, he was appointed to the first official language commission by the Indian government.
That speaks volumes about his authority on Hindi.
Absolutely. And then in 1957, the President of India awarded him the Padma Bhushan.
A major national honor.
Definitely. These weren't just academic nods. They signaled his importance on a national stage, shaping India's linguistic and cultural direction.
So, after leading the Hindi department at Kashi Hindu University, did his academic career continue elsewhere?
Yes. From July 1960, he moved to Punjab University as professor and head of the Hindi department there. He stayed until he retired.
Okay.
But retirement didn't mean stopping, not for him. He stayed involved in, well, numerous government schemes related to Hindi. His commitment was lifelong.
Still contributing?
Always. And he even served as rector back at Kashi Hindu University for a time in 1967, maintaining those institutional connections.
It's clear his influence didn't just fade away post-retirement. Did he receive further literary recognition later on?
He did indeed. In 1973, he won the prestigious Sahitya Akademi Award for his essay collection, Alak Parv,
A major literary prize.
one of the highest in India. His final role was as executive vice president of the Uttar Pradesh Hindi Sansthan. Still leading, still contributing.
Until the end.
Sadly, yes. He suffered from paralysis in February 1979 and then passed away from a brain tumor on May 19, 1979 in Delhi.
A remarkable life journey. Now, let's shift focus a bit, really dig into his intellectual legacy. His areas of study were incredibly broad, weren't they? It wasn't just Hindi.
Not even close. His command of languages was, well, quite something. Sanskrit, of course, but also Prakrit, Apabhramsha.
Ancient languages.
Yes, and even Bangla. Plus deep knowledge of history, philosophy, culture, religion, you name it.
So that breadth must be reflected in his writing.
Absolutely. It gave his work this incredible depth, this deep insight into Indian culture from so many angles, a real diversity of subjects all woven together.
And he wrote a lot across different forms, but his essays seem particularly special.
They really are. He's considered, well, unmatched in the genre of Lalit Niban light essays.
Light but not lightweight.
Precisely. They have this amazing blend, fluidity, seriousness, humor, scholarship, all at once. He had this knack for saying profound things in very simple, concise sentences.
Making deep thoughts accessible.
Exactly.
And beyond the essays, his role in popularizing Hindi itself seems crucial.
Hugely important. He wasn't just using Hindi, he was championing it, making it accessible, showing its power. And central to all this was his core belief.
Of course.
The need to harmonize tradition with modern, progressive values. He wasn't about throwing out the old. Not at all.
More about integrating.
Yes, integrating ancient wisdom with contemporary life. For example, using insights from old Sanskrit texts to shed light on modern social questions in his essays. It was about dialogue between past and present.
A very dynamic approach. How did that philosophy translate into his actual writing style, his language?
His language itself reflected that blend. It was simple, clear, very expressive, and felt quite personal.
Not overly academic or stuffy.
No, and he used satire cleverly, a gentle wit that stopped even his scholarly pieces from feeling, pedantic or dry.
Right.
And he actually reshaped Hindi prose in a way. He brought in tatsam words, those pure Sanskrit-derived words, but mixed them naturally with words from Urdu, English, even local dialects.
Creating a richer texture.
A very rich, yet understandable texture. He also used idioms effectively, adding color and interest to language that remained fundamentally simple and clear.
A real craftsman with language.
Yeah.
And just to give a sense of the scale of his output, all his works are collected, right?
Yes. In the Hajari prshad durbedi Granthavali,
Yeah.
11 volumes. It's a monumental collection.
A testament to his life's work.
A real treasure trove, as you said.
So, looking back, Acharya Hajari Prasad Dwivedi, just an extraordinary figure, a scholar who didn't just hoard knowledge but shared it, made it accessible, built bridges between ancient and modern thought.
Truly. And it makes you think, doesn't it?
Mm.
If you consider his unique talent weaving together tradition and progress, communicating profound ideas with such simplicity and warmth, what does that suggest to us? What does it raise for us about what scholarship and communication should really be about now in our time? Is the goal just complexity? Or is it about clarity, connection, maybe even that warmth he had?
That's a really interesting question to leave us with. Something for you, the listener, to think about. Perhaps explore some of Dwivedi's work yourself. How can we apply that kind of holistic thinking, that bridge building, in our own lives?
Worth considering.
Definitely.
Well, until next time, keep diving deep.